I tell you, it never ceases to amaze me the strength and the quality of people that are in this world. And uh, nowadays, it's tough to think that. But I thank each one of you. Um, what a joy you are. So, from the bottom of my heart, from the Nudj team, have a great day, have a great week, and we appreciate you.
It's nice to hear your voice again. Waited all day long, even wrote a song for you. It's strange the way you make me feel. It's just a word or two. I'd like to do the same for you.
Hey everyone. I don't really know how to start this video, but I always told Rick, don't put me behind the camera. So here's his one video that he's getting. I feel very fortunate to have worked with Rick and gotten to know him in the past 5-6 years. He was just awesome, man. There's nobody like him. I've had a couple mentors throughout life, and he just honestly stood above them all. He just was so different. He carried himself in a way like I've never seen, and that can be intimidating at first, and it was when I started to work for Media Portfolio, but just quickly that changed, and I saw that I was privileged to be working for Rick, and he treated me with so much respect through the whole journey, and that never wavered, and he taught me so much, and I'll carry that stuff with me forever. I really will. Even before Rick's passing, I always have kind of had Rick's influence and teachings and all that kind of, in the back of my mind when I've been moving through life these past few years, and whether it's through work or through hard challenges that I've taken on, anything, his voice has always kind of been there, and it still is, and I'm really grateful for that. Miss you, Rick, and yeah, I hope we can keep celebrating him and remembering him and carrying on his legacy in different ways.
I'm Erin Josen, and I worked for Rick for just over 14 years. I actually met Rick through my grandma. After I graduated from architecture school, she reached out to a distant relative, Glenn Togawa, who was a retired architect, and asked if he could connect me with anyone. Glenn said he had a couple of people in mind, but he wasn't sure if they were looking to hire, but could try and set up an interview. Luckily, he was able to line up two. When I was preparing for the first interview, I remember browsing through the Media Portfolio website, realizing this company did so much more than architecture. It was intriguing because even though I studied architecture, it wasn't something I felt truly passionate about. So seeing this collection of work, I felt excited and hopeful that I could be doing something more creative. But at the same time, I kept trying not to get my hopes up. I couldn't help but feel like this was more of a favor than a real opportunity. I didn't know it at the time, but Glenn was Rick's mentor and former boss. I remember showing up to that interview 30 minutes early, anxious, in full business attire with heels, and a freshly printed portfolio that showcased only my schoolwork, something I was pretty self-conscious about. But when I got to the office, the loft on Raymond Avenue in Pasadena, I called the office and found out Rick wasn't even there, and no one was aware that an interview was scheduled, which, if you knew Rick, makes perfect sense. I immediately started to panic, but they let me in anyways to wait. I sat down in one of the Corbusier chairs and just looked around. The steel-framed windows, the brick walls, the concrete floors and waffle ceiling, mid-century furniture. It was my dream space, and I fell in love with it all. I started to get really excited, but quickly reminded myself not to get my hopes up. Then Rick walks in. He had what I'd like to call his signature look. Dark denim jeans, a crisp button-up, a cool pair of shoes, sunglasses, and an iced Americano with a chocolate croissant from Starbucks, also known as his lunch. I was immediately intimidated. I had never seen such a cool-looking Japanese man. So confident, so stylish. My imposter syndrome kicked in instantly. He brought me up to the loft and we started the interview. In very Rick fashion, it was both formal and casual. We sat down and he began to ask questions. It didn't feel like a typical interview though. It felt like he was really trying to understand who I was and what my goals were. A few days later, I had my second interview with the other company. I'm usually someone who goes off of first impressions, and as soon as I walked into the office, I had an immediate reaction. But I knew I had to be smart and really think it through. I had a choice between two completely different paths, an entry-level position at a civil engineering firm or a part-time role at a design agency that did less traditional work. One felt safe, the other felt uncertain but exciting. Ultimately, I went with my gut, something Rick helped me hone and learn to trust over the years. Looking back, I don't even think Rick was really trying to hire someone. I think he agreed to the interview, maybe saw some potential, and decided to give it a shot. We both took a chance on each other, and as they say, the rest is history. I was looking back at our first email exchanges recently. It was when we were finalizing my start date. At one point, I asked him what software they used. He listed a few, but then said, "Don't worry too much about matching software experience. At this level, it's more about who you are than what you know. That's the real contribution." And that was Rick. Skills and knowledge could be taught, but who you are, your inherent work ethic, your character, that's what he valued most. My first day was February 14th, 2012, and my very first task was to pick him up from the Burbank airport. I knew going into the job that I'd be running errands and driving him around, which I wasn't exactly thrilled about. I hated driving in LA. Those drives ended up being some of my favorite memories. It was our time, just the two of us, talking about work, life, and how to balance the two. Through those conversations, I think we both realized how similar we were. The way we thought, how we approached things, even our family backgrounds. I think it's one of the reasons we worked so well together and the reason I stayed with him through all these years. People often ask me if I was ever going to move on or try something new. And I would be lying if I said I never thought about it. But I always came back to the same conclusion. Why would I leave? I'm still learning so much from him and felt like there was still more to learn. I don't know how to fully put into words what he meant to me. We went through so much together, each of our different phases of life, the highs and lows of running a small business, and our fair share of difficult clients. And for a long time, it was just the two of us at Media Portfolio. I got to see so many sides of him and learned a lot about him. Rick valued family, work ethic, kindness, patience, empathy, and creativity. He was purposeful, prideful, and always willing to help others. And even when he fell short, which was rare, he owned it. He made me a better person, a happier, smarter, more thoughtful person. And the truth is, I don't think I'd be who I am today without him. Something I wish I had told him is that he saved me. I was in a very dark place when I first started working for him, but through his leadership and compassion, a part of me that had been lost for a long time finally began to heal. 14 years ago, I walked into that interview feeling like I didn't belong in the world. But somehow he made me believe I did. As a mentor, a friend, and a father figure, there's a huge piece of my life missing now. I know there's one final lesson from him in all of this, and maybe one day I'll understand it, but for now, Rick, I miss you. I hope you're resting easy, and I hope I made you proud. I love you.
It's nice to hear you say hello. And how are things with you? I love you. Very soon it's time to go. An office job to do while I'm here writing songs for you. Strange how a phone call can change a day. Take you away from the feeling of being alone. Bless the telephone.
Hi, Team Nudj.
I'm not very good at these things, but I did feel compelled to say something. I've worked with Rick now for many, many years, and going all the way back to the Geneva days, and the last 5+ years with Nudj. And I just really wanted to express my appreciation for the opportunity to work with him. He was genuinely just a great guy, as we all know. He was very even-keeled. He is extremely professional, and he does amazing work. And he was just a pleasure to be around. Always very likable. And, it's hard to believe he's gone. I will certainly do miss him. But I do have the faith to know that this isn't the end of it, that we'll see him again on the other side of the veil one day. And, I'm sure he's with Dawn cheering us on. And again, I just want to say thanks to Rick for all he's contributed to Geneva, to Nudj, and to us as a team.
I'll never forget the first time I met him. I was just sticking my toe in the waters with Geneva when Geneva was a very young, small company. It was a very risky move for me. We were in a restaurant, sitting at a booth, and he looked at me and he says, "Jamie, believe in Yuri. I've got the branding. We've got the solution to the problem. This will be a successful business." And when he told me that, he pierced me, and it was very impactful. I had a lot of one-on-ones with him, and his one-on-ones were so powerful with his soft-spoken words, so incredible. Not many people can do that. Obviously, I made the move with Geneva. It was a successful business, and hence why I'm here today. He was a special, special person and did so good at what he did. Rick, it was an honor to know you for 10 years. I pray that you're in a better place with your ancestors, and just thank you so much for what you did to my life to help me. Thank you.
I met Rick 10 years ago when I joined Geneva. Rick was always the calm presence on our leadership team, always listening, always absorbing so he could create our beautiful stories and capture the hearts and minds of our customers and our patients. I would always joke with Rick after an intense conference that he probably would benefit from a sensory deprivation tank after spending a few days with a bunch of frenzied extroverts. Humans are inherently dualistic, both good and bad, but once in a blue moon, a unicorn like Rick Abe enters your life and quietly and poignantly shows you what it looks like to be a truly good person. Rick cared about humanity deeply. He wanted to make this world a better place for family, friends, and strangers. Rick suffered from chronic pain and neuropathy during his cancer treatment. Because of my own journey with chronic pain, I was able to share with him some of the techniques that combated my pain. For me, this was a tiny way I could help someone who had my back for more than 10 years. Rick coined us pain pals. It was his last text to me 2 days after his surgery and 1 day after mine. Rick died a few days after that text. I wish I had one last opportunity to tell you what you mean to me, but I think you know. I love you, my friend. Thank you for making this world a better place. Thank you for giving life to both Geneva and Nudj. Thank you for being my friend, and thank you for sharing your journey with me. You will be so missed.
It's nice the way you say my name. Not very fast or slow, just soft and low the same.
To my dear friend Rick, I remember so many times we'd get on Zooms early in the morning, late at night, and we'd both pause to go get our coffees. So I did that. I paused to get my coffee and sip coffee and talk about Nudj, talk about life. I miss you so much. You were one of my closest friends, my confidants, my guide. You truly were a beautiful soul in every way. So kind, so gracious, so elegant. A gentleman. I told my kids that who met you so many times is that those are the type of people, Uncle Rick, that you should aspire to be. I remember in the early days, 5 years ago, maybe even before we started the company, we sat down together in the Pasadena office and we really thought about what we were trying to build. Just like I wrote, you asked me, I asked you. And we wanted to build something meaningful, that had a lasting impact on people, on communities, families, and society. And I know deep in your heart, you really wanted that. You had done so much in your life, accomplished so much. But for you, Nudj was extremely important. It was a personal journey for you, a professional one, but it was one that you really wanted to leave an impact on society. And I knew for you, that was the driving force for everything you've done. Can I make those around me better? Can I provide service to those in need? That's who you were. That's who you are. I texted you, and I still do. After you passed away, I texted you like I normally would, asking for help, talking about an idea, navigating a process. You're always there for me, always. It didn't matter what you were going through. You're always there for me. And I truly believe in my heart that you're here guiding me, guiding all of us, guiding Nudj, because it was so important to you. So, Rick, my dear friend, I love you so much. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to meet you, to interact with you, to experience you, to know you, your family, and how you impacted others all around you every day. It's incredible. One of the most incredible things in my life to experience someone who is so giving, so kind, let alone that you've created an incredible, incredible brand. That was something you wanted to leave as a legacy. And you created a company that has true meaning, true value. It's helping people every day. Those who are in despair, who haven't quite figured out what to do with their lives and their health. And our people, the people that have joined this company and this movement because of you, because of what you've done. I want you to know we're going to continue to push forward. We're going to continue to make this company great. We're going to continue to create value for those who don't have access, for those who need help, for those questioning whether they can make it and live another better tomorrow. You've done something special. I truly believe you're with us. And on behalf of everyone at Nudj, every single person, from the founders to the leadership team, to the team members, to the advisors, to the customers, to the physicians, to the health systems, thank you for founding this company. Thank you for everything you've done, and thank you for being one of the most beautiful souls I have ever met. I love you, Rick Abe, your friend forever. Thank you.
So, Rick talked often about the hero's journey, how it was the story of Nudj, of its patience, of the long road of endurance, of perseverance, of rising again and again. But the humble and selfless and gentle Rick never imagined that he himself would become the hero of the story. So Rick, this one's for you. From one creative heart to another, using the written word to share what in many ways is unexplainable. A hero's journey. You spoke often of the hero's journey as if it belonged to somebody else, some distant warrior, some myth, some story written long, long ago. You never imagined that hero would be you. Yours was not a journey of noise or armor, but of quiet courage, of steady hands, of gentle strength, of love that did not make a sound, but that changed the air around us and held all of us in it. You walked forward when the path disappeared. You stood tall when the ground gave way. You spoke light when the rest of us feared the dark, and you may have feared it too, but you persevered. Behind you, a lifetime of creation, a gymnast's discipline, an architect's vision, a dancer's grace, ballroom dancer's grace, an internment camp descendant with heroes in your lineage, a father's love, a husband's grace and strength, and a storyteller's soul. You, and only you, could take a circle and a square and turn it into something lasting and something meaningful, something that made people feel. They felt less alone in the world because of it. And someday, that circle and square will be iconic. And when the great unknown came, in health, in life, in all the places we wished we could walk with you, but you could only walk alone, and we could only walk beside you. Because some journeys belong to just the hero. And your bravery was never loud, it was never angry, it was never bitter. Yours was the rarest kind of bravery, the gentle kind, the kind that was humble, the kind that keeps loving, even when moving forward and letting go. You were loaned to us by those who loved you first, and somehow, for all of us, that never felt like enough time. For a man who gave so much of himself. You were a hero, and the hero's story does not end. It echoes, it builds. It becomes part of the bones of everyone who is lucky enough to know you, and everyone who is lucky enough to walk beside you. So we will carry forward and cry, and we will persevere, not just to find beauty in the world around us, but we will create it. And like you, because you taught us, we will leave the world more beautiful and better than we found it. Your legacy is in our bones. It is in the bones of Nudj and everyone who ever knew you.
whether it's in architecture, whether it's doing agency work, or whether it's being the creative voice for a startup, the idea of telling stories, the idea of communicating well is at the heart of what brings people together. The idea of changing healthcare, changing the way that doctors operate with their clients, the way that they interface with their clients differently by allowing for Nudj Health to come alongside them. It's really important that both the doctors, physicians, health systems, as well as the patients, understand that there's a genuineness to the motives behind it, and that it's not just solving an illness by giving you medication, that it is how people help people. So we decided at the very beginning that it was going to be through our employees and through the experts that we paired up with the patient that allowed for that change to happen. That change isn't easy. That change is one that has to happen in small increments over time. So we decided to call the company Nudj Health because it requires small incremental nudges to help people to make change in their life and to improve their quality of life. So it's not just how many years you live, but how well you live. I think that's good. Okay, thank you guys.
Oh, thank you for calling me on the telephone.